Hey man, welcome back to another video. Look at this. So this is our best recruiting class yet. So if any of you have been following me for the past 3 seasons, I think it was in year 2, I came to the realization that I made recruiting too expensive. And what I mean by that, I was recruiting, I was looking for specific archetypes for my offense and defense, but the mistake I made was I was going all over the map. So this season, I did something different and said, "Hey, I'm gonna start in the state of Michigan first, then work my way out to the surrounding states, and then slowly work my way out if I needed." So if I couldn't find what I needed in Michigan, I was gonna go to the next closest state, which was Ohio, then Wisconsin, Indiana, Illinois, um, Minnesota, stuff like that. Try to stay in my area, and man, it worked because the top. We ain't got the top five class in the nation. I did not expect to get that this year, to be honest with you, man. But we got a top five class. We ended up getting 4 5-star athletes, and they were all scheme fits. Uh, we got 10 4-star athletes and 14 3-star athletes and 1 2-star and 1 1-star. And yeah, I don't care. I go after whoever fit, whether they are 1 star or 5-star. If I feel you can contribute to our team, you're gonna come on. And so also I always consider size when I go for 1 stars. If they're a 1 star and they're too small for the position, I'm not gonna go after them. But if they're a 1 star and they got prototypical size for their position, I'm gonna give them an offer. Because sometimes these guys could come in and have like a high ceiling, like their skill caps can be like damn near unlimited. So yeah, top with number 4 in the nation, man. Let's look at some of the guys we got. So I needed unless I always start with the O line, then I go D line, then I go safety, linebacker, whatever. But anyways, look at this guy. Okay, so he's a left edge star. I didn't scout him because he was the only guy at the position that I was recruiting at the time. So unless if I'm recruiting, if I add more than one person to the board who's within my pipeline, I'm going to scout. But if there's only one person within my pipeline that I feel fit my scheme, I won't scout him at all. So he ended up being a star. Same with this guy, cornerback Marcus Rice. He was a 5-star, close to home out of Michigan. Uh, our highest pipeline boost is 4. We don't have a 5 pipeline boost. I don't know why, but anyway, look at this guy. We got I guess Michigan takes over that because Michigan is a more prestigious school. But anyway, yeah, got a 5-star cornerback. He might start this year. Depends on how my third cornerback develops, and I think I'm moving my cornerback number 2 to free safety. But anyway, let's go impact. Look at this right tackle, 6'5", 320 pounds, a 5-star. He's already pro ready. He could Trent Williams size. Yep, subtle. He's a right edge. Like I said, the way I do it, left edge. Left edge is going to be the edge setter or pure power because they like to focus on stopping the run. Right edge is going to be a power rusher or a speed rusher. They're both pass rush specialists, but they both use different means. One can use power, the other use finesse. So it doesn't matter if it's a speed rusher or a power rusher, they're going to play right edge in my defense. D tackle, I look for gap specialists, pure power, power rusher, speed. Same thing, just like on the defensive end, I have an anchor and then I have a disruptor. The disruptors are going to be the speed rushers and power rushers. The anchors are going to be gap specialists or pure power. So this guy was actually an agile athlete, but I did position change before I came live because I didn't want to go through the tedious process that I go through live. It'd have been boring. But anyway, so this guy was an agile athlete. I was trying to see would he be better on the O line or D line. Looked like he'll be better on the D line, and I needed a gap specialist, so hopefully. And then I have some disruptors on the team that's going to develop. That's already on the team. They're going to go through the offseason training. I do want the disruptor to be my best defensive tackle, and then I like to have defensive tackle 2, 3, and 4 to be anchors or nose tackles. That's what I mean by anchor. So this guy looks like he's going to be the second best defensive tackle on our roster. And if not, whoever is, I'm going to cut him just to keep the roster integrity. And I think this guy is going to be good for us. And he's an athlete. Not only is he a gap specialist, he's an athlete. So he's going to be my nose tackle. He's going to be my anchor. This guy was a right tackle. I moved him to left tackle. I don't like doing that because I think it's cheesy because the CPU can't do it. I wish it would get to the point where the CPU can change positions. If not, that or just change the rosters to where to put players in a position family as opposed to having them designated on one side of the ball coming out. So instead of having a right tackle and a left tackle on the roster, or when you're recruiting, just have O tackle, and then on the depth chart you can have left tackle, right tackle, but the skill set would dictate skills or attributes would dictate whether they go to the left side or right side. You should have different weights and overall that'll dictate which side they go to. So left tackle might have more quickness, um, agility, acceleration and all that stuff, and pass blocking ability and high awareness, to get to the right, get a little kick step back and get a position to block the edge threat or the pass rush specialist. Right tackles would be more powerful, whatever, just come up with something to where, so you don't have to, so one player won't just be these rigid positions to where a player just designated one side of the ball. And it'll make roster management easier and more organized, and the game will play a lot better. Roster management makes the game a lot smoother, less glitchy. So I don't know if EA knows that or not, but I figured that out in this game, and I noticed once I started to emphasize roster management and role resolution, the game played a lot smoother. Outcomes were based on overall ratings first, scheme second, situation third, and then the players fit into that role, and the outcome came that way. The outcomes always made football sense. So if I lost, it made football sense. If I won, it made football sense. I never felt like it was too easy, or I never felt like I got cheated. So that's how this game is playing now. Then we got Zach Payne at quarterback. So he ended up being a star. He was close to home. I don't think we were challenged when recruiting him, but anyway, we got him. Then we got a gap specialist. I got him just in case we didn't have one, because we didn't have any in our roster returning. We had a bunch of disruptors or defensive tackles or three techniques, whatever you want to call them, or interior pass rush specialists. But I wanted a nose tackle type. I wanted a run stopper, a two gapper type, a guy who can eat up double teams and free linebackers and free up the other pass rush specialists. Left, we got like a B plus facility. Let's go ahead. I want the hybrid archetype because they can play both man and zone. He may not be the best, but safety. I want hybrid guys. I run a 4-2-5 as a hybrid defense. I need hybrid defensive backs so we can get better and grow together and become the top of the nation. So let's see. Sam linebacker. I want thumpers, pins. Most likely we're gonna have like a Will Lurker. But I want a thumper at Sam because of special teams. I want a guy who can run down and cause a fumble in critical games. You know what I mean? I think my first and second season, I had that type of guy. But this year we were lacking that on special teams, so it's good to have that. So hopefully this guy can be that guy. His hit power is 86, so hopefully he can run down a bunch of guys close to home. Ohio, Wisconsin, Michigan. Wide receiver. I wanted a route artist specifically to play slot. On the depth chart, I go by overall, but when I do formation subs, I like to move players around to positions based on their archetype and their skill set. So most likely this guy's going to be my slot receiver when he develops. Right edge again, like I said, this guy, I ended up getting late in the cycle. It was only one team going after him, I think USC. So I was pretty much in a recruitment battle with USC. But since we were closer to home, we had the pipeline boost. And I swayed him. I swayed his decision. I swayed him to value playing time because all he valued was brand exposure, championship contention, and coach prestige. But I ended up swaying him to value playing time, and I believe that gave us a significant boost in winning that recruit over US since the tackle body types in. So I ended up getting another disruptor. I put disruptors in I put speed rushers and power rushers, interior speed and power rushers in the family of disruptors. So I got a disruptor here, and then I consider gap specialists and pure power anchors. So I got 2 anchors in this class and a disruptor. And I think I got, and I got like 2 other disruptors on my roster. So, and I got another anchor, but yeah, so this is going to be a real good class. I was fortunate to get this center because the guy I moved to defensive tackle was an athlete. So I recruited him as a center, but I moved him to D tackle. So I got this guy just in case I decided to move him. And since I did, this guy can compete for a starting job. I'm pretty sure we're going to have a guy that's going to develop into a number 1 center, but he could be number 2 or 3. It doesn't matter. But he's going to be on our roster. He's going to be good for our future. Got him out of Kentucky. That's cool. Utah, and I got this receiver. He was under recruited. He's a contested specialist. So um, I have three families of receivers that I like to. It's not in the game, but I like to have, and you'll see it in my video that I'm promoting now. It's called the Role Resolution. These changes made my passing attack more potent, whatever. So I like to have a X receiver, a Z, and a slot. The X is the split in, or AKA some people call those the number one guys. The Z is the flanker or the number two guy, the speedster that like to burn you over the top. And the slot receiver is, the guy who is more shifty, catches a lot of tough passes, run a lot of short intermediate routes. So for my split in, doesn't matter their rating. I don't care if they're 79 overall. They're going to play receiver one. They're going to either be contested specialist, physical route runner, or gritty possession. Right now, I got a gritty possession guy on my roster that he might develop into the number one receiver on our team. And then we have an elusive route runner he might be a number one receiver, but he's going to play number three receiver. And just because you're a number one receiver on my team or listed in quotation as the number one receiver doesn't mean you're going to get the most targets. I do targets based on who is open, based on situation, based on the type of defense I see. So if my number one receiver get open the most, he's going to get the ball. So contested specialist, he's not see the field this year, but in the future, if he'll be competing for that number one spot. I realized took me about 30 to realize I had to start looking at my playbooks because tight end, I prefer the pure possession or the pure blocker, but I'm looking at my playbook and I'm looking at all the play designs. I'm seeing that almost on all passing plays, even in shotgun or I formation, single back, a lot of our tight end routes are vertical. Either is a vertical seam, a corner route, a deep post, or a deep out. So I'm like, man, I'm gonna need a vertical threat, even though I prefer the pure possession. The reason I wanted the pure possession because they can develop the three levels of blocking, which is the base block, which is run block finesse, and run block power. So I wanted to get that guy so I could have more versatility in my run game. But I'm realizing based on play design, verticals do better for us. They develop good run blocking ability, but they don't develop the run block finesse and the run block power. But looking also, with that said, we'll be running more inside zone with vertical threat guys, because and also that's mostly the plays we have in our play. We have more inside zone and power plays in our playbook than anything. So I'm going to run a lot more between the tackles. We have probably like 14 outside zone plays. Hopefully we can run that sometimes to change things up. But that's that on tight end. So we're going to need vertical guys. He's coming in as a freshman with 85 speed, a local guy, close to home. So hopefully he can develop. I mean, he got normal development, but I'm just putting him on a roster to set a foundation for what I want at tight end. So hopefully we can find some good vertical threats in this next recruiting cycle. Couldn't get any in the transfer portal, so we're gonna have to do what we got on our roster right now, which is a bunch of we got a bunch of pure blockers and possession guys. I have no problem with it, but it's just like I said, the way our play design is in our playbook is a lot of vertical shots. So my tight ends now are not very reliable vertical. And this was a 2-star guy that I just wanted to recruit to fill a position spot. He's a local guy. He's a raw strength left tackle. I mean, not a big deal. I just wanted, and he's an impact development. We'll see what we can do with my guy. If you're going to play tackle for me, especially left tackle, you have to at least be 6'4" minimum. So hopefully things work out. If not, hey, we just got a guy on the roster that we can potentially develop into a solid backup. And right guard, like I said, I needed a right guard, or I think he was a left guard at first. I changed his position already. Like I said, I'll recruit. I don't care about star ratings. I'll recruit you long as you fit what I'm trying to accomplish. This guy's a 1-star. I mean, it's fairly close to home, but he was 6'4", 319. That's like close to the average, or a little heavier than the average size of an NFL All-Pro. So if you're coming out of high school that size, I don't care if you were a 0-star. I'm going to recruit you. So yeah, look at his skills. He may not appear that he might have upside, but we'll find out. Like I said, I just needed to fill a roster spot. It's a hit or miss. Either he's going to have high ceiling or not. So we're going to find out later. And this guy was an athlete. He was an athlete thumper. My goal was, since he was 6'3". Yeah, you saw that, right, Ace? Yeah. My goal, since he was 6'3", like I said, I'm only, so that I could prevent cheese in the game. The athlete thumpers, they can play any position, but to prevent cheese, they have to, if I'm going to put them on the edge, they have to be at least 6'3". If they're going to play linebacker, they have to be 230 plus and have to be under 6'3". If they're going to play safety, keep it fun and to keep it realistic. So this guy, I envisioned him to be an edge setter, but he ended up being a speed rusher. So I like to put my speed rushers on the right side of the line. He might end up getting red shirted because I got like a load of edge rushers, and he came out of St. Pete, Florida. So St. Pete. So let's go. And man, this dude, I'm surprised he didn't get a quick jump because he got 91 acceleration, but it's all good. Hey, he's gonna get through our program next year. He's gonna be a red shirt. Gonna have time to develop. Dude might be a menace. So right guard, I got another. Well, this was a transfer portal, 6'4", 312. So like I said, we in our playbook, our current playbook, we have way more inside run plays than we have outside run plays, and so I prefer either the raw strength or the well-rounded guard. So that's what I went with in the transfer portal. Because right guards don't tend to develop well, so I try to get some transfer portal guys on there to see, what they could do, or I'll change a left guard who is high rated to right guard, and since the left guards develop, whatever, it's not a big deal. But like I said, Will linebackers, I like lurkers, so I got him out of transfer portal just to fulfill that archetype and develop a foundation for what we're looking for at that position. And this guy was a steal. I got him, I think he was coming from some SET team. I forgot where he transferred from. But let's see, I could look here. Let me see. We signed him. I remember I looked at him. I saw he was transferring. So he came from NC State. Okay, so it's an ACC team. So yeah, this guy, 6'4", 250. That's like actually too big. That's like too big of a player to play the role that I want him to play. But I could not deny that speed. 88 speed, 96 acceleration. He got solid tackling, good pursuit, solid zone coverage, solid play recognition. His awareness is subpar, but that's what I got the signal caller in the middle for. So he's gonna play a good role. Hopefully he can develop more, and he's a transfer junior. I don't know if they turn the seniors right away, so I might have him for 1 year, might have him for 2. But yeah, this is what I'm looking for, a will linebacker, and all he values is pro potential. And we had a middle linebacker go in the first round, a guy who had over 150 tackles this year. Yeah, so, and we had another back. This is gonna be our first backfield threat. Well, I should say second. This will be the first backfield threat that we actually signed ourselves. Hopefully he can develop. I like his change of direction. Hopefully that can get in the 90s. I mean, speed at 88 won't be that bad. Hopefully that can get to at least 90. I'll be happy with that. 91 acceleration is fine with me. Hopefully his agility is a lot higher. His catching, I hope, can develop more. He can juke. So I just needed a guy who can run some routes when I'm running these shotgun plays, because I like how they did this game. I remember in the college football 25, you can have, as long as you can have an elusive back or a power back, and no matter what their route running ability was, if they were lined up against a linebacker, they were going to outrun it. It was purely athleticism based. This game, you need actual skill and route running in order to get open as a running back. Because if not, sometimes they'll get tangled up in a line. They'll take the indirect path to get out of the backfield into their route if they're not, backfield threats. But I will see how the animation goes if I have a guy who actually specializes in receiving out the backfield. So that's my recruiting class. And let me show you the position changes I made. And then I guess we'll go to the off-season training results and see what's going on. So quarterback, this guy's going to be returning for his 4th year. Oh, this guy might end up being better than him. We'll see. But, yeah, he throwed a lot of interceptions. Running backs, the same. Only difference is we got Grant Washington out of the transfer portal. He'll be our first backfield threat. Hopefully he can start as receiving back, our third down back out of shotgun. This guy can get most of the under center um, and 12 personnel running back reps. And then hopefully this guy can rotate in. So I'm gonna try to keep a fresh stable of backs. I might do a 3 running back rotation. And this guy, I love this guy right here, Harry Stewart. His acceleration is like off the charts, like 97, man. If he can get his acceleration 99, oh, it's crazy. But fullback, I like to have 3 fullbacks on the roster. Wide receiver, like I said, I expect this guy to be wide receiver 1 because of his upside. This dude has like damn near unlimited skill caps, but in a lot of his skill groups. So I expect him to be. He's gonna be my slot guy on the depth chart. He's gonna be wide receiver 1. Whoever is the best gonna be wide receiver 1 in the depth chart. But when I do formation subs, I'm gonna have Jay Bolin as wide receiver 1 because of his skill set and archetype. He's going to be wide receiver 3 because he can't beat the press. It's not good to have him on the outside. So look, 72 release. So I'm expecting Dallas Simonette to get better. He does have huge upside. Hopefully he can develop this offseason. He could be my wide receiver 2. He could be my flanker. He'll be my speed, my deep threat. Tight end, like I said, I realized too late that these guys don't fit what I like to do on the playbook or what our playbook requires. Our playbook requires a vertical threat. So moving forward, I'm going to recruit nothing but vertical threat tight ends. I might get a pure blocker or 2. It's like a guy like this. But yeah, I'm going to need vertical threats. So left tackle, I moved this freshman over here to left tackle. He was quicker of the 2 freshmen that I recruited at tackle. So I moved him to left tackle. So let's see how Lewinsky develops. He's a pass blocking specialist. Hopefully his run blocking can develop decent. If not, this guy right here has a huge upside. He's very versatile. So hopefully he could develop. If he could develop into at least a solid left tackle, I will encourage Lewinsky to transfer. And he could be left tackle 2 and so on. The guard is a funny position, so I know usually the left guards develop faster, so I didn't really make too many changes. I put the freshman over here. Center, I think this guy's going to be good. Right guard, I expect this guy to blow up. Hopefully these guys can get into the 80s with their quickness. That'll help out a lot, and they both got solid pass blocking. Right tackle, I know I'm going to encourage Peyton Stewart to transfer because he has no more upside. He pretty much maxed out, and 78 strength is like not good, so hopefully this guy Malachi Pippin can develop. He seemed like he has huge upside, but if not, this would be right tackle 2 and this would be right tackle 1. Edge. So this guy started out at left edge. I moved him inside the tackle. He made some plays, but he was very inconsistent. Let me see. I mean 15 tackles for loss is good, solid, but compared to the other players on the inside, he was not as good, especially being a disruptor. Well, he's technically not a disruptor. He's a pure power. He's more of an anchor, but he's an anchor on the edge. And I looked at his body. I was like, oh, he's pretty lean to be a 300-pounder. So I put him back at his original position. And yeah, 85 strength was not really helping him on the inside. So we're going to see how he fares out here on that left edge. So he got pocket disruptor as an edge rusher. Yeah, this guy's going to be a problem. And then he might get into the 90s. He's a star development. This was a guy got out of the transfer portal. He did a hell of a job at edge, man. He had 11 sacks, 29 tackles for loss, but unfortunately, he will be competing with this guy. So we'll see. We'll see how it works. Then we got Lafayette. So I would keep these 3, and then I could redshirt these 2. We'll see. We'll see how it works out. Right edge, I like to have either speed rushers or power rushers. So we got 2 power rushers, 3 speed rushers. So these guys are my pass rush specialists, or my edge threats. They specialize to get to the quarterback. Just because, they just use different means to get there. So my guy Zena, he's a speeder. He uses finesse to get to the quarterback. My guy here, Redmond, he uses power. So different means, same goal. You know what I mean? So it's all about role resolution. Now this is what's going to be interesting. So I know this guy's going to develop. I know he's going to get better. So I'm expecting him to be D tackle 1. This is the guy that I moved from center. He was the agile athlete. So I wanted him to play D tackle, but I expected him to be a disruptor. I expected him to be a speed rusher. He turned out to be a gap specialist. So his block shedding is actually good, and his strength is actually solid. So for interior defensive tackle, so I'm hoping these two. Hope he's defense. I hope Hershberger is D tackle one, and this guy can remain D tackle two. If not, so if this guy right here, I think he was a 1 or 2 star athlete. If he ended up getting better than him, I might just make him transfer because I want my D tackle two to be an actual gap specialist or a pure power, which I like to put into the family of anchor or nose tackle. Yeah, it's the Sam guy. Like I said, I want nothing but thumpers here for special team purposes. And I want signal callers at Mike. I had these lurker guys. I thought I could move them outside linebacker, but their archetype ended up, or his archetype ended up changing. But that's fine for now. Like I said, I'm just recruit solely signal callers in the middle, solely thumpers at Sam, and solely lurkers at Will. Excuse me. And cornerback. So this guy's returning. He's gonna be a senior. Hopefully we can make a championship run. But this guy, his speed was just crazy. Like nobody was beating this guy deep unless it was a jump ball. Excellent pursuit. So this guy is he was a 5-star recruit. So hopefully play on the outside. And then this guy was our third cornerback. And I'm gonna show you who our first guy was. So these guys are just role players right here, special teamers. So this guy was cornerback number 2 last year. I ended up moving him to free safety 1 because dude has 91 pursuit, 75 tackling, and then he has the height and range to play center field. So I didn't want this guy to be my center fielder because his agility is only 79, and then I looked at his skill groups and he could not develop. I moved this guy from strong safety over to free safety, 182 pounds at free strong safety. In my scheme, is not going to be good enough. This is the freshman. And then this guy, he was a cornerback last year. His upside at zone coverage was so low, so I had to put him in nickelback manually via formation subs, and he did a decent job. 46 tackles, 5 pass defended, 2 interceptions. So I officially made him an outside safety, so he could either be strong safety 1, which is a star in the hybrid defense, or the 4-2-5. And then this guy was a free safety. He ended up being a 3rd string guy, but I manually put him in as free safety 1 via formation sub. So hopefully he could develop into a good strong safety, outside safety, whatever. Depends on who's gonna start. So yeah, that's it. And we got a coverage specialist here, and then we got a hybrid guy. So yeah, that's it, man. So let's see, man. Yeah, let's go to see our training results. Let's see the training results. So our brand exposure is still trash. Oh, it's still a B. It's not trash. Dev trait upgrade. Oh, cool. Oh, we getting a lot of dev trait upgrades. Greg Burrell, my running back. Okay. Come on, somebody else. That's it. All right, let's see the trainer results. Okay, so the running back went up. We got a couple of 90 overalls. All right, let's see. We were 84 overall. So once I make the cuts, our overall should be higher. Okay, so the quarterback, he's not threatened by the playing time anymore. He's actually an 88 overall. So his deep accuracy went up. Medium accuracy is still his strength. Accuracy under pressure to me is the most important skill. He is only, okay, seemed like dot and resistant went up. He is only an 84 overall. I mean, I wish I could get some guys with 90, but hey, 84 is solid. So he's very inconsistent. Solid under. He's gonna have his down times every once in a while. Okay, Costanzo, I like for the agility to change direction to get. Oh my God, hell yeah, hell yeah! This guy's agility and change direction went up. His agility went up 9, and his change. This dude was already explosive. Oh yeah. I didn't care about his speed going up. His acceleration was already Great. So this guy's gonna be a problem when he get in the game. Like I said, I'm gonna keep my running backs fresh. So when I'm gonna do the substitutions, the coach adjustment substitutions, I'm gonna keep fresh. So if the wear and tear starts to get on one, another guy come in and it'll rotate. And then late in the game, if it's a clutch moment, my guy had his rest, I would probably go back to grind it out or balance just so he can get back in the game. But man, I want all these guys to get some touches. I'm assuming this guy's gonna be my best pass receiver out the backfield. Yes, and best route runner. Not really, but he'll be the best receiver. Okay, so these guys are better route runners. We'll see how it works out. Okay, our fullback, like he will still get crushed. Don't have any dominating fullbacks. Okay, so he got better. Okay, he went up 7, so he went up +6 overall. So this is greedy possession now. So his speed is 93, 96 acceleration. Oh, and he's quick now. Okay, he got 99 awareness. So he's obviously going to be receiver 1. Even though he's going to be listed as receiver 2 on the depth chart, I'm going to manually make him wide receiver 1 via formation subs. He's going to be 3. The gadget guy. Okay, he didn't get. Hey, let's see who got the best release. So he might have to. Yeah. Deep route running. Let's see. Okay, so he still has the best deep route running. I don't know. We're going to have to practice this out to see. This gadget guy, he does. So we don't have a burner. We really don't have a burner. Yeah, this is going to be interesting. So my get, he's a burner, but he's not. He ain't really a burner. He's got good speed, not great. Yeah, this is gonna be interesting. His release is too low to be on the outside. He's gonna be number 1. I tried to get a speedster out of the transfer portal, but they were not having it. So I'm just gonna have to throw deep to this guy, probably him in the seams. We'll see. It's gonna be an interesting year as far as receiving is concerned. Oh, he ended up becoming a better gadget guy than others. Oh, he a star development. These guys had normal. Okay. I might try him at flanker. His release is only 77. His release is 80, so he might have to play flanker. Split in. Yeah, we'll see. We'll try to work it out. Pure blocker is gonna be tight end 1. Okay, we probably can run the ball a little bit more on the outside now. And he probably can crash down and block the double team against the defensive end. He probably line up. So he probably will match up good against defensive ends. Yeah, I need to get more vertical guys. All right, left tackle. So he went up 3. So he's gonna be left tackle 1. Left guard. Very underwhelming. Center, very underwhelming. Okay, so he ended up being better than him. Okay, so they shut me up. I didn't expect. Well, he an 81 overall senior. Yeah, I end up cutting him. Matter of fact, so I'm gonna just show y'all the rest of the roster. But I might end up cutting this guy. A senior 81 overall. I don't know. We'll see. He a senior. He only a 78. I might have to keep him because it is. Well, You got 82 pass blocking. I'm sorry, guys. He's well rounded. Got some decisions to make. I might have to keep those guys because of their quickness and damn. Okay, it is what it is. Okay, Stewart did not get any better. Pippen got better, but not good enough to replace Lewinsky. But I might have to cut in Stewart. So let's check out our edge rushers. Oh, he up to 90 overall. This is good. So on the edge, this guy's gonna be a menace. Then my guy here. Okay. I think his pursuit is pretty high. He got 94 pursuit. Oh yeah, our edge. Oh yeah, the dude gonna be setting that edge. We're hard to run against us. Okay. So these are our main pass rush specialists. Okay, so he went up to a 79 overall. He went up to a 70. Okay, that's cool. So the freshman gonna start at saying, well, I don't know. Okay, so who's LB1? He got two seniors. Block shedding. Pursuit 87. Zone coverage. Okay. And then Will. Good. Okay. Not bad. Cornerback. Okay, he went up to a 90 overall. I didn't expect that, but I'll take it. Oh, 87 zone. Okay. Okay, he went up to a 77. I still don't think he's better than that freshman. So these guys didn't get any faster. So these are role players. Oh, what are you gonna do me like that? I don't like his agility. I might end up cutting him. Either that or I'll just. Dang, he got 99 pursuit, bro. 83 tackling. His coverage didn't get any better, but his coverage did. But I don't like his. That agility is bad, bro. We got defensive linemen with better agility than that. I might end up cutting him. Okay, this is solid. So he's gonna be my star. His speed got to 90. That's good. Oh, they all got 90 plus speed, acceleration, agility, and change direction. Oh, we're gonna have some explosive outside safeties. Good luck trying to run RPOs. Okay. And his development trait went up to star. Pursuit, so they both can hit. This dude can hit. Oh, yeah, it's gonna be a nice little squad. Okay. So that's it, guys. I'm in the video here, so I'm just giving you an update on our recruiting class so you can know what to expect from season 4 of our Michigan State Dynasty. And we'll still be using Michigan State's pro style playbook. No customs. I have no meta, so it's all gonna be purely matchup based. So, and I will play matchup based football, even at the expense of losing. In no way will I try to exploit glitches. I technically don't know any glitches in this game, and I'm gonna try to keep it that way. But yeah, that's the whole philosophy. If our team is not good enough, it's just not good enough. So, in the video here, y'all have a good day. I'll probably see y'all. I'll probably stream again today. So if not, I'll see y'all next stream.